Urges to touch yourself don't mean what you think. I'm Dr. Trish Leigh. Let me tell you what I'm talking about in this porn brain reboot. Okay, people have this situation happen to them all the time before they leave porn behind, or especially as they stop consuming porn and they are on a NoFap journey moving towards being a better version of themselves and leaving hypersexuality behind. Okay, here's what happens is, especially in the night or in the morning, there's strong sexual urges and the desire to masturbate or to touch oneself because of sexual arousal. Now, I'm here to tell you that those urges are, in fact, not sexual in nature. They are based in mood regulation. And you know how it goes when you're caught in a cycle, you can't see it. You have to be able to step back from it to be able to get some eyes on it. So when you take a step back, if you're able to, you're able to say, okay, I have those urges because my brain needs dopamine. Those urges are a call to get some dopamine flowing in the system, either because you're moving into something that is difficult for you to do and there's not much dopamine in, which I'll tell you in a second, especially in the morning, or you're having feelings of anxiousness, mood regulation, the need to take the edge off. So if you wake up and you're feeling sexual and you're feeling aroused, it's because you've taught your brain to go towards sex when there is something uncomfortable on the brink. So here's how it goes. If you wake up in the night, or especially in the morning, it may be that your brain is looking for a dopamine hit before it ventures off into your day. Because in your day, there is this: your partner, your children, your work colleagues, none of which give you a ton of dopamine. So before you venture off into the world at large, where unfortunately you've also taught your brain there's no dopamine there, all the dopamine is in the screen. So when you venture out to where there is no dopamine, your brain's like, guess what? We better load up on some dopamine because we are going into a long day that's not dopamine producing. That's what that sexual urge is telling you. So now if you're on a porn brain reboot journey and you've decided you're going to leave porn and masturbation behind, but now you have this urge, I want you to know it's your brain calling to regulate your mood, not for sex. So here's what you do. You peel a layer back and you try to figure it out. In the moment, that might be difficult, but in the day before, the day after, or in your life and in your program that hopefully you're working, you're able to explore it and go, okay, you know what? The reason that I have these urges on Monday mornings is because Monday morning is the most arduous day for me at work. Monday, I got to get my kids back on the bus at 7:05. That's when my kids get on the bus, way too early. Your brain's going, you know what? I got to work for like 5 hours straight, and I used to watch porn at work and now I'm not. And that's tough for me to do. Figure out what that looks like for you. Schedule breaks in so that your brain gets a break. Figure out what isn't working for you. But I also want you to know that it's not working because of the conditioning that you've done to your brain. You've trained your brain just like a puppy. You've trained it that anytime it feels uncomfortable, it gets a hit of dopamine to take that discomfort away. So you will have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that becomes really important in this journey, going, you know what? I got a long day and it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to live. I'm going to make it. And you know what? I'm going to have to try to use my brain, which is difficult to fire up right now because my frontal lobe has been deactivated from all that porn for all those years. So you can give yourself a break, but don't go back to the screen, because when you give your brain another hit of dopamine, you've just trained that puppy yet again. And if you entertain that urge to masturbate or to touch yourself in an arousing way, that's giving your brain a smaller dopamine hit, but a dopamine hit all the same. So you're telling your brain, okay, brain, we're not watching porn anymore, but we are going to get these dopamine hits from self-soothing. Now, this is the ultimate goal, is that you can engage with the world without the need to self-soothe. That's what a program is helping you to recover, your authentic self, the one who feels good in the world and can create a life you love that feels amazing to you. And when you create that life, then there's no need to self-soothe. And the journey of recovery is getting you from where you are to where you want to be, and that can become your reality. So don't give in to the urge. In the moment, it's challenging. If it's the middle of the night, have a playlist. Make a sleepy time playlist. I highly recommend Pachelbel's Canon in D. I listen to that every night. I take a shower before I go to bed, and I put Pachelbel's Canon in D on. I put the lights low. It's lovely and relaxing as I get ready for bed. Check that song out. It's amazing. It really is. Soothes the nervous system. But if that doesn't do it for you, find a playlist that does, something that you don't think about, but that soothes your nervous system, because that is what your brain wants. It wants soothing. So give it soothing in a healthy way. And in the morning, if it's difficult for you to get rid of those sexual urges, know that it's about mood regulation, about what you have going on in your life. It's not about sex. So looking to sex, you're looking at the wrong thing. When you go over here and you look at your life, now you're looking at the right stuff. But it might spark some of that discomfort that you are getting more comfortable with. Okay, if you'd like help on this journey, I'm here for you. So reach out, drtrishleigh.com. I'd love to help you out. And until next time, control your brain or it'll control you.